obviously it would be played differently this time if it was going to be selected.
They'd probably want more of like a vet villain hero. I'm trying to think what else are the options.
Honestly, in a game like this, they might just play Viper again.
Yeah, Nether the corrosive is pretty good here.
Yeah.
Versus all this magic.
They might just play Viper again. He did alright, had a good time in the lane.
I mean, he did great, yeah.
No, you're alright, you're alright. They get the Dragon Knight.
Damage reduction versus CK.
Bang on, Fog.
He can instant disable versus Puck. I mean, we saw what happened versus that Puck last game. He just got blink stunned and killed like 10 times. This time, though, they don't have the Disruptor Static Storm to follow up. So their team fight is a lot weaker.
And with this as well, they're leaving their position.
Position 4 is
their last pick.
Yep.
So what is left? I mean, as you said already, the position 4 is low. The Tusk is still the big one.
I kind of want them to have some AoE disable for the CK, honestly. Like, I mean, I kind of want to throw even like an Earthshaker in there for some reason. It's a little weak right now. We haven't seen it in a long time.
Shaker, I don't seen a Shaker game.
So maybe Elder Titan.
Ages. Oh, Elder Titan is still there. You're right.
10 seconds remaining.
ET.
I want some way for them to actually have AoE lockdown.
ET doesn't feel amazing this game.
Sure.
But it is still ET, and the hero is very strong.
We're missing some standout Flea hero. We already said that Tusk.
The Tusk. I think the Tusk to me is the most likely here. And it's GG, their final ban. They will ban the Viper away from Iceberg. Iceberg still in the mid lane. And it's GG, they take the Nyx Assassin as their position 4. So another good way of catching out the Puck. This already I like this because this is going to make the Puck's game very hard. There are 3 heroes, the Lion, the DK, and the Nyx Assassin, that can cause a lot of issues for a Puck.
CK still looks like a problem though.
You think they're going to lack their damage to take him down?
Yeah, they don't have the control for the illusions either. They've got like the Lion to, you know, hex and mana drain one of them or 2 of them. An
Iceberg. What do they want in the mid?
Man,
what do they want? It could, as we say, still be a Puck mid.
Yeah, we still are not
certain. That is still a high chance of that. And
they picked the Shadow Fiend a couple times.
I would kind of like it if they put the Puck mid and then they just put the Brew on the off lane against Insomni.
You think, yeah.
To get the Brew final pick. Really solid way to end against Insomni Knight.
Then they're very reliant on the CK.
But I think that's fine.
Though, right?
I think that's fine though this game. Because as you said, the CK can have a very good game here. If they keep the game going, there's going to be the point where the CK is very hard to kill. I don't know, Brew's just so good against the Omni Knight.
It is. If it's mid, I think Shadow Fiend. If it's off lane, I think it's Brew. Right? I think mixed damage would be nice here for them too. I don't know if they really want to just rely on pure just the CK. Versus Guardian Angel.
And you're right. You're bang on Fog.
Yeah.
You're on form today. The Shadow Fiend is there for, as you say, the
mixed damage.
Damage.
I don't think they want a single core CK versus Razor.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing that stands out for me at least. And they picked Shadow Fiend versus DK like a couple times now too.
So, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The draft's complete for Game 2 of Iceberg versus IsGG.
Oh God, what
do we go with on predictions? There's a Razor Omni. This is definitely one of those games where you could regret going against Razor Omni now.
I've seen Razor Omni lose, though. I know, I've seen, especially in NA, it's lost. I know EG's taken it out a couple times. Want me to go first, or you?
I think I'm going to go with Iceberg, because even though there's Razor Omni on his GG, I do agree sort of the Nyx Assassin finisher feels like a bit of a sort of weak ending to the draft, and I
don't like Lion Nyx as the duo supports.
Exactly.
I think they actually limited their team fight. I like the opener, but the 2 supports for me are just really lackluster. I'm gonna go Iceberg. I think they've got a lot more team fight this time, and they've actually got ways to take the fights in the later stage. It's not like they get hard countered by any BKBs or anything. It's just, can they deal with the Omni Knight?
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of AoE damage, like Sanking and AA.
Lots of magic.
Lots of ways to kind of burst through that Omni. So yeah.
Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen, as we get in. So we both go with Iceberg once again. We were wrong game 1. Let's see if we're going to be wrong again game 2. Here we go. Game 2 here at the Corsair DreamLeague Season 9 North American Qualifiers. As this, of course, is Aui's team being 1 game away from elimination. They've got to hold on here.
To the IX mic stack, too.
It's pretty crazy.
Do we say the Ike's Mike stack? It's got like Stanking and stuff on it. I'm calling it the Stank.
Nah.
Sorry, Mike.
IX Mike's the big player here.
Nah. Top 8 TI player?
Dude, IX Mike, he's the big name that everybody knows.
Of course.
I mean,
everyone just knows Mike anyway.
Sure, we know your Stankings, we know your Fleas. KVH and Villain, of course, Villain a little less so, bit of a newcomer in terms to these sort of bigger NA stacks, but IX Mike, that's the name everybody knows.
Yeah,
IX Mike is like NA's equivalent of Dendy, isn't it? In terms of just...
I think that's BSJ.
Is that BSJ?
I think that's BSJ, yeah. So I really like the lane setups coming out. Versus Razor, especially when you see Lion Nyx, these two heroes, like we were mentioning, very weak supports. I think aggroing versus Razor can heavily shut him down. And we've seen a lot of times these shutdown Razors just really struggle to catch back up. I actually have to be right back a second, Owen. There's a buzzing. I don't know if it's going out to the stream.
I don't hear it.
You don't hear it?
No, I think you're fine.
What? It's okay? All right.
Are you good?
It's pretty loud for me. It's okay. I'll deal with it.
You'll deal with it. Maybe it's just your brain.
It's not a big deal. It's fine.
You can hear your brain.
I can hear my brain. So, and also, the big thing for me is also having Ritsu on a more traditional carry. I really was not a fan of the Visage. I will be completely honest here.
Maybe Ritsu wasn't either. Maybe he'd never played it before.
He has played it, apparently.
Has he?
I was asking a little bit to the other teams.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that. Well, we'll see. As you say, the CK with a very strong team around it as well. Lots of team fight. CK, lots of synergy as well with those. You know, with the AA. And of course, with the Dream Coil as well from the puck can work very nicely.
Yeah. I like the line starting mid. I think starting two heroes versus SF mid is always just ideal. Don't let him get those soul stacks up early on.
Now we will be there to help out Bra. Keep the matchup even in numbers. And we'll see if Villain can put on a show as much as IX Mike's Dragon Knight could in game one. IX Mike, of course, this time around will be showing us his Omni.
Dragon Knight doing great in the mid lane already, Villain.
It really is. First wave and such. Easy takings for Villain in terms of farm. See if Brawl can get the CS. Oh, no.
I think Iceberg, they did get the lanes that they wanted. But I don't think SGG's too upset. They might want to move the Razor, though, because he's really going to get nothing up here. But they are shutting down the Shadow Fiend quite nicely.
This SF is getting dumpstered.
Yeah.
At the moment by these two. They're not letting Brawl get anything from this lane. That's exactly how SGG want it to be. Make sure the Braille struggles at the start, because there is obviously that kill potential once the level 3's there for Braille. And so there's those three raises you've got to be very scared of as the Dragon Knight.
Stanking does make his way top. He wants to start getting the pull off. He actually finds the D ward as well in the camp. So we'll open that one up so they can pull the lane back. As we see Razor, he's 3 last hits. Pretty damn afraid every time he steps up, he does get reality rifted.
Brawl trying to come in again for the CS. Ooh.
He is getting wrapped on here by Flea. Let's have stun and mana burn. They don't have the stun on the DK, but maybe with some extra harass they could try this. Still pretty tough kill unless he's very far low ground.
I'll see the next assassin stun can be hard to hit as well. We'll see how Flea can do it. Should be in good position to find it here. There's the stun.
Moving in.
Got very fire. Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
Bryle just surviving there. And we'll be able to salve back up to safety. Getting some CS as well here under the tower. Building those souls up. The soul ring now done for Villain, so we can keep that harassment high with the breathe fire spam.
Yeah, he's going to have a very good time in that mid lane as we're seeing. Gets the deny on the range creep even when Bryle uses a raise. That's painful. Stun comes out. Kitron.
That stun there from Stanking, right? That's it. That should be a first blood, and it is Stanking with a well-deserved first blood as the stun perfectly coming in just on the tip of it.
Yep, they have to. I mean, they got to help. They got to help KVH. So bringing a tri lane up here now. It's only a dual lane by Iceberg. So having these 3 heroes up there is ideal.
How's Mike doing down bottom?
He's doing fine. So is Puck. But that's the power of starting with these dual lanes. Aoi just trying to be a bit more greedy. He's constantly trying to pull. Mike is disrupting that and disrupting the stacks as well.
Alright. Wants the rune. Won't get the rune. In fact, he won't get either of them.
Moon's got a bottle, and he gets it.
I mean, if you're Iceberg, do you not want to try and help out Brawl a bit in this mid lane?
Ritsu top, commits forward, he's getting linked.
Oh, here we go. KVH is getting focused. Has he stolen enough damage to keep himself alive? He has not. The cold feet will proc.
The chilling touch.
Get the kill.
Even though Ritsu is sitting at 0 damage, chilling touch gives him actual damage versus that link anyway. So you're saying should they help Brawl?
Mid lane as well. Himself just got cancelled by the next assassin. He's had to walk back to base.
I would think that Aoi would kind of make the movement down there because Puck is fine in a 1v1 versus Omni Knight, but Aoi, a bit more traditionally, he likes to play in that farm and greed style. Top. Kid Trek will be able to get away.
So this is going to be an incredibly slow start for the Shadow Fiend. 5 minutes in, 26-11 on Villain.
We do see Aoi, he did make the rotation over. They do have some kill threat if they can line up like perfect triple raise when he's level 5. Right now it's a bit hard. There's a Nyx rotation coming in too. And they have the stun now leveled up on the DK.
See, can they do it, Brawl?
Radiant are scanning.
Still hovering around on the edge of it all.
They know that Flea's there. They threw the scan out. So he will back up. Stanking also making the way over, but top now.
They've got the pullback. Ritsu, this combo.
He's incredibly suffering, like we were mentioning that he would, versus this kind of aggressive lane, aggressive posture, because his supports, they have to kind of be there in the lane to help him, and they're not really the strongest ones. Sure, they've got double stuns, but Lion Nyx. Mid lane. They could look for Villain here. He's popped the DK form. Backs off quickly though. Kitrek now. Top. In some trouble. Should be brought down, and he is.
Tries to go for the deny, but KVH coming in with the plasma field.
They're making good dual rotations on the two supports of SGG, and now they are smoking up, so they are trying to look for Brawl. Since they do have that DK form plus DD room. Stun comes out.
Right back, Brawl might just go down on his own there. No, he's going to be there with the save. Comes in, but the first stun comes out. Villain has to keep his distance, but the cold feet will still proc, and Brawl gets a big kill.
Oh, that catches him up quite a lot. He's still 1,000 gold behind the DK, but he really needed that last hit.
Now back up, shrine up, Iceberg. Bottom lane Moon. Still getting run down here by Mike. This is now the point where he can get bullied out the lane quite easily by this Omni Knight.
Yeah, he's still 34-5 to the 21-4 of the Omni. He's farming very nicely down here. Gonna go for the Veil build again, it looks like.
Close start at the moment, really. Got overall, it's very close. Just the individual lanes going one another each way. As we can see here, mid lane. Right. Does actually have this backup Iceberg. They brought 4 heroes in towards the middle. Aoi and Kitrak smoked up. Can they find any sort of smoke ground? You can see at the moment Villain playing very carefully on the Dragon Knight. Backing away, keeping himself back, but Aoi and Kitrak heading towards top, now actually TPing down bottom, because they've got the coil. Mike with the repel and the walk off, he'll be fine. The Lions tanking, a little bit more so in trouble, they're chasing it. Looks like, will the purification have been enough? Would that stun to hold back the Sand King? It will indeed. Another purification comes in from Mike, as he's able to keep each other alive. Dream Coil used, and they can't quite get a kill, Iceberg.
They were setting up for a kill top too, and that kind of just messed up Aoi's rotation. I think it must have just been a call by Moon, just being like, come with bottom, we can probably get a kill. Turn around. Villain is hasted. He wants to try to punish top. Ritsu even pops the early Phantasm here.
Big recovery though from the SF, as we can see.
Yeah, I think he had some stacks as well in the jungle that he is starting to farm up. So level 7 already. And yeah, he's pretty much caught up to that Dragon Knight. Heavy rotations coming in though, is GG.
Yeah, hunting from the new was likely to be there, cleaning stacks up. but they will not be able to get to him. Bryle keeping safe, Stanking trying to hunt, but the tower will see him. Flea comes in from the side. They're starting to play around with Bryle, but TP backup comes in for the SF. And IsGG not really able to open up onto Bryle. Now they have to be careful themselves. Moon has got the Dream Coil back up. He's looking towards Flea, but Flea will back off. They'll pop the Dream Coil for this one, but Flea, they'll just go straight for the TP out of there, and it won't quite make it. Chilling Touch helping with those right clicks.
He would have probably died to the break damage too. That 3, it does a hell of a lot of damage now.
So, Iceberg, their 3 cores overall are looking slightly better.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for me is that KVH is getting very little in the top lane. 2,300 net worth. He almost has the same net worth as Aoi.
Is certainly struggling.
Yeah.
He's nearly got his treads, but yeah, 10 minutes in, this is not the place that KVH wants to be at all.
Especially not in this type of game too. His link isn't going to be so great unless he can tank up versus the CK, which tanking versus CK is pretty hard. And it is a full drums being picked up now for Ritsu on that dragon, on the Chaos Knight. So since he's ahead, going drums is very strong. I personally like the armlet if you're behind, just like having to get that armlet so you can farm jungle, but drum lets you join your team and just kind of run at heroes when you are this powerful CK. Mid, they were trying to set a trap. Bryle seems a bit spooked. Versus that DD Dragon Knight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And we'll see if they're allowed to finish off this tier 1 tower. Aoi, he is there.
There's an AA blast flying in now too. And Ritsu comes in. But doesn't look like they'll be able to get anything, or will they?
They pop the drums, but instant Hex and stun. Holds back Ritsu, so that movement not actually finding a kill.
They couldn't get the tower deny if they'd like to. It is in deny range.
Bottom lane Moon will try and chase down Mike, but Mike, of course, he's an Omni-Knight. He'll be more than fine. Has Repel and Purification if required. Moon still trying to bully him down. The Mike will come back in. That's silence! No, not quite enough to do.
There's a trap.
There's the turnaround. They've got the stun, holding him in place. And indeed, IX Mike with the bait play, as Moon got a little too hungry for the attempt on that kill.
IX Mike's, he's playing really well today. He was yesterday, to be fair, too. His Nature's Prophet was on point, and there, yeah, the bait play, getting the turnaround. KVH, I think he really wanted to get that kill with that port bottom, because he just has no place in the top lane. Ritsu, Phantasm, he will start to pressure that tower with that extra proc delusion. And the wraparound behind mid. They're looking to try to catch somebody defending this tier 1.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Purified.
Yeah, Mike in and cutting down those illusions of Ritsu. Smoke up from Iceberg as Kitrak and Aoi. We're sort of heading up towards the top bottom lane is actually where the problem is Moon. He's been caught out again. Another death on this puck within a couple of minutes of play. Top lane.
Up now.
They've got the finger. Have they got the kill? Ritsu falling very low. The Purification not quite in range. As Ritsu will survive. Wrap around from Aoi comes through. Tries to close the gap on IX Mike, but won't find the stun. And Mike.
Ritsu, be careful. Oh.
What did he just came back into a stun or?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't think he knew that Stinking had stick charges, but he just walked.
I guess not. I mean, and at the back of it all, Iceberg don't get any of the kills up on this top lane. I mean, they do manage to get Flea elsewhere. Bryle finds the Nyx Assassin out on his own.
They never even denied. They didn't even deny their mid tower, so that one gets killed out by Dragon Knight too. That was a
I mean,
huge
Ritsu
mistake
did
by Ritsu.
not need to die there.
No, he had already survived.
He was out.
He had survived a very costly gank from IsGG. They expended Finger. They made a huge rotation too, and then he just turns around and just gives his life away. Yeah, big mistake. KVH is almost catching up to him now on the Razor because of that.
Yeah, only about, what, 500 or so in it. Top, Ritsu will make another go. They do have the stun control
This time
onto
they get
Mike.
Mike, yeah.
And they do. That's the kill they're after. They're trying to dive for more as well with the 4 heroes going in straight away onto Stanking. Stanking trying to buy time for himself as he goes into the tree line, but he gets grabbed back by Ritsu. KVH is there.
Too.
He's sort of on his own though. Flea heading over Iceberg sort of split up though. They're a little scared of sticking around for this one.
Is in the back. Cleans up the AA.
Could he get anything more? The DK sweeping around. He's looking for the big kills. Ritsu is there on the front. Flea trying to set up a stun. Ritsu, he's going to be focused here. They've got the stun control, and off the back of that dive, Iceberg, they lose 2 kills. Double kill for Villain as IsGG are there with the response.
KVH with no fear. Took the health talent on the Razor. We tend to see the Agi talent get picked up, but since he was behind, he's just trying to tank up a bit, and it does pay off for him. Flea now, positioned behind the tower. He saw Moon TP as well, so they do know this is here on the side of IsGG, and that catches them up quite a lot in this game. Still, the 2 cores on Iceberg are farming quite heavily.
Flea.
They're bringing everybody up.
And Flea's looking to scout this out, maybe even set up a play. Straight away, there's the committal onto Stanking, jump forward, they're bursted down the line, but now the reverse play comes in. They focus on the easy kill first, take down the AA. IX Mike and Flea locking down Owie. Owie being chased down slowly but surely. They should find him. He'll burrow strike into the sideline, trying to escape. And by the tower, KVH and Villain, they're just diving in. They're looking for Brile. Brile trying to hide in the trees, turns around with the razors, will get a kill with him. But overall, Villain has found a double kill. Moon trying to finish him off. Villain will go down. So a 3 for 3.
Some sort of dragon? You must be a juvenile.
So these scrappy sort of fights between these 2 teams.
Did Ritsu... Okay, so Ritsu TP'd bottom, popped Phantasm to push the wave out, and then ran all the way top to join his team. With the CK there too. But yeah, scrappy fights kind of going back and forth all over the place.
Nice pass will come in, but IX might keep him back. Trying to build into the pipe, of course, and that will be massive this game for IsGG if he can get it in good time.
Yeah.
In these sort of fights.
So pretty much dead even in this game. It's just the supports on the side of IsGG having that bonus in gold compared to that AA mostly. I mean, Kitrak is going to be pretty broke as this AA since he's died 4 times. Owie is going to be looking for his Blink Dagger on that Sanking soon. That'll help them have real forms of initiation with the Puck, because Puck is going to have Blink Dagger too about at the same time.
But again, similar sort of state to the game we had at the start of this series, where pretty close between these 2 sides at 16 minutes in. The hood now done for IX Mike. And as we saw, the sort of the spread of the net worth a little more split up between that of Iceberg, as they do have their 3 cores quite high up.
Yeah.
Whereas with IsGG, it's a lot of weight on the DK, but bottom lane, Owie gets caught out straight away. So they're finding that Sanking solo, pushing out those lanes. Flea's already looking to set something up top.
He might be able to catch Ritsu off here. He does have backup though, and they're scouting the sides with that AA blast. But Ritsu now has to be careful.
There's the opening. They've got the first stun. Stanking moving into position for the further lockdown. KVH trying to close the gap. We'll get the static link off. The fingers there as well. Ritsu actually popping the Phantasm, but that's going to be his death and the use of the Phantasm down. That's a long cooldown. So no Phantasm for what, the 2 minutes that it's unavailable.
I think he should just accept his death there.
Yeah, it's a big ulti usage.
Flea coming in clutch with that Nyx.
Now he nearly has that blink. Very important.
They are playing under that ward vision. That top ward has been able to scout a lot of Iceberg movements.
See what they can do here. Leading in.
They need the Dragon Knight to come here to hit this tower, and he is making the rotation over. All of Iceberg coming in. They don't have Phantasm available, though.
Ritsu seeing if he can get some sort of a grab.
He is a lot tankier now, though, with this armlet.
But they've got the vision here. They've got the advantages, GG, in that sense, and Iceberg just having to back away from this one. Ritsu playing around there. This ends up stunning himself there. There's the follow stun. Ritsu is in a bit of trouble. They do have the Dream Coil and the Ice Blast flying in with the repel. The GA is there, and Ritsu is dead. Owie will come in with the epicenter. They're bursting them down very low on the side of his GG, and they are able to pop IX Mike on the Omni Knight. But the rest of his GG stands strong, and I mean, Ritsu is throwing a stun out onto the Nyx assassin who had the spike carapace at the ready. Owie will also lose his life here.
Radiant's top tower
Iceberg are just, they're looking all over the place.
Yeah, Bryo was bottom, at least pushing that tower during all of it, so he will claim like a trade. So he didn't have a TP to come join the fight, so it looked like Iceberg was just trying to stall. But yeah, Ritsu again, he's died 4 times, and this Razor, who was super punished inside of the laning phase,
yeah, it's just
actually has higher net worth than him.
Just some really questionable plays.
Yeah.
Why would you throw a stun at the Nyx assassin there? Like, what good can come out of it?
All they wanted to do is delay the push, and he kind of made that committal. When you make a committal, it does change it a lot.
Some baffling stuff here. Yes, GG, they still have that DK at the top. They're taking these towers. They're still very close, as you can see. 14 to 11, sure, but the net worth pretty much even between these two sides.
I think I'd like Ritsu to go for that Blink Dagger build. He's got a Shadow Blade queued up.
I think against the Razor, that's the way to go.
Yeah, versus Razor, so you don't get Blink Dagger. You just always bring your illusions all in instantly. They've got Phantasm available. It is still only level 1 because he's level 11, but this is a full 5v5 engagement coming out here, and there's no Guardian Angel.
They've just caught out the puck. Stan King's in there with the control, and that's going to be mooned down. They'll get the Ice Blast over. Ritsu does manage to make the committal onto KVH. They get a big kill. They have found the Razor. The rest of his GG now on the retreat. Iceberg chasing down for more action, but Villain, he has the other Dragon Ball. This big stun coming out on 2 on the back lines, catching both of them out. The finger on an illusion, a little bit off the mark there from Stan King. But IX Mike trying to chase down Owie. Owie will be able to blink away.
Man, these instant stuns on Puck, Moon Meander just get punished over and over again in both games.
We talked about how good sort of the final 3 heroes of his GG were in terms of offering control, and we're seeing it in these fights. The stuns are on point. The thing, as we said, the finger a little less so there.
Yeah.
As it sure showed that illusion.
They're looking for a fight.
He's just walked in. He's going to get stunned up.
Owie.
Oh, the Epi is doing a lot. Is it enough to get the Requiem off as well? They managed to turn it around. Double kill for Ritsu. They closed them down on that bottom lane.
This time, it was a bait. Owie was perfectly positioned there for the 3-man stun Epi.
That was, yeah, absolutely perfect from Owie. They needed that. They really did need that Iceberg. And they got it. Owie in straight away. Setting up for the SF to get his combo off.
So he is committing just for the Shadow Blade, though. So not the same thing where you can just blink with your Phantasm, but it's a little similar.
Mid lane fleet. Should be fine here. Nearly has that completed Spirit Vessel.
Super back and forth game, though, Owen.
It is. It's another close one at this point.
Yep.
21 minutes in, no telling of which way this game will fall. As, I mean, all in all, seems to be these teams definitely appearing to be quite evenly matched.
Yeah. KVH, they're looking for him up top. They've got the AA Blast. It does connect, actually, on him, and there is a Sanking coming in. Owie, he's got the Disable. This should be a Razor death. Yeah,
there's no backup for KVH here at the moment. They actually dropped the coil as well in order to get the kill, and they do get it. Flea, he is hunting, maybe seeing if he can find something in response, but on his own, not really wanting to reveal or poke his head out. The Vendetta will finish. As, yeah, Flea has to be careful. I mean, he's just walked in. There's 2 heroes here. He doesn't have any backup.
And he's dead.
I mean, I'm sure he knew the Vendetta was wearing off, but he played like he didn't realize.
Yeah.
As, yeah, he just showed them. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Villain will be going for BKB. They really need BKBs on their cores on his GG. We look at Iceberg's lineup. It's incredible amount of magic damage between 4 of them. And Razor is going for Shivas. They do have Omni Knight, so he's planning on being repelled, so he wants to be a little bit more greedy, getting armor versus CK. Because otherwise, we saw what happens. If he gets Reality Rifted with illusions on him, he's just dead.
Well, 3k lead now for Iceberg. And Brawl's SF getting bigger and bigger. The BKB, the crucial item that he needs, and he's closing in on it.
They're looking to meet Ritsu while he's pushing up top tower too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
SGG does not look like they're going to be ready for this movement. They are rotating now with Flea, but the other 2 are positioned bottom. KVH has to be careful here.
See what they can do. Owie jumping in, trying to open. They have got the epicenter ramped up as well. Owie will get it off, but the stun follow-ups there from Flea. Again, Ritsu, he stuns despite Carapace.
And he's got the armlet toggle.
But with the Spirit Vessel on him, it's pretty hard to survive that. And he's dead. He's really got to stop stunning the Nyx assassin. It doesn't work out. Owie will go in with the stun, but it's around this shrine, so SGG have the safe positioning.
So They might actually be able to find Kid Track here. That Aetherland's Lion Stun. Getting close, but they will be able to run him down. So I think they actually thought that they would be able to commit further to kill the Razor, but what ended up happening was Dragon Knight kind of walked through the midst of his team, so the SF and the AA kind of just turned onto him and blew him up with AA Blast. He did die pretty much instantly, but yeah, Ritsu pays with his life again.
He's got to ignore the next assassin, it feels.
Yeah.
Let his team deal with that.
Himself.
Just the second time we've seen him stun himself and end up dying. Like that spike carapace, unless you know it's been used, it's always going to be there. It's very easy for a Flea to react to that Chaos Bolt. And he will do so every single time it comes in.
So it's going to be a Silver Edge build on Ritsu, I guess, to break the DK armor. It's the only one that he really can. Just really wants to play around in that invis.
I mean, it's going to mean, though, you know, without sort of the big stat build-up, the illusions are going to be taken care of quite easily by the AoE stuns and the Elder Dragon form.
They'll still be pretty tanky. Once you get to Silver Edge, they'll have like 3k something health. But yeah, it's not the usual heart.
No, it's not the Echo Saber heart.
He switched. He did switch. He's going for Manta instead.
Then
now he switches for BKB. He's just switching nonstop.
Alright, the BKB, I think that's perfect. Because then he can play as he's has been.
Yeah,
he can just stun that Nixon.
He's already got a mobility item, so
not worried too much
Shadow Blade. Yeah. There's a gem now picked up early on for Flea, so they know that that Shadow Blade was.
Yeah, if they can keep control of that, it's going to be pretty big this game.
Yeah. Map control.
Make sure that they can still make these sort of sneaky plays with Flea. Smoke's picked up. They want to look to try and make something happen here. Is GG and try and close that lead that Iceberg have at the moment. Leading the way with his 4k advantage. Still needing to really get that Razor back in the game. KVH still suffering a little bit.
Yeah, he was starting to catch up, but then dying back to back to back. Pain was painful for him. And they are just really waiting for that BKB on the Dragon Knight. Too much team fight on the side of Iceberg, and they're not slowing down. They'll have to take another fight here. There's no shrine available. Flea.
He's on the back lines. There is dust on Kirak, but Fleet goes in straight away onto that AA. The line has been jumped on. Here we go. They are popping the Phantasm, looking towards Fleet. Fleet just gets critted down straight away here. So 2 kills for Iceberg. See if they can get some more out of this. They've surrounded IX Mike, stunned up. This is the big fight that Iceberg needed.
And they're going to go into Roche, and they just got the gem as well from that Nyx.
Big fight there for the side.
They didn't even have to commit the BKB from Bryle. So they're going to have that one for the next fight.
Roshan as well is GG. It's pretty much impossible for them to get into that pit. Seeing the power of the CK there in that form. If he can get his hands on the targets, he will still absolutely rip through them with those sort of 700 damage crits he was hitting.
And they give it a Bryle. I think that's a good choice. I guess Ritsu's kind of crazy this game. Ritsu has changed back. He wants that Silver Edge again. Bryle is able to clean up that tower. Has the butterfly in quick buy next. And Villain at least does have the BKB, so that'll at least help his GG be able to fight more. But they don't have this time that instant blink disable that they had the last time on the Dragon Knight, being able to find the puck non-stop and stanking. He went for Aether Lens first, so he's not going to have blink on Lion for a very long time either.
See IX Mike very close to having the Yules complete.
Yeah, he's not been having too great of a time either on the Omni Knight. All this big team fight spells from Iceberg is putting them off, and SGG, like we said, the 2 supports that they have don't really provide them those big team fight opportunities like you can compare to the Sand King and AA. Nyx and Lion are more about just finding those pickoffs. Sure, they have AoE stuns with their abilities, but they're much harder to land than, let's say, a Sand King who has a Blink Dagger.
Smoke up from Iceberg. Ready to continue to abuse the fact that they have that Aegis. They do have that lead. Ritsu has Phantasm back up in under 20 seconds.
Is that their... I think they just used all 3 smokes within the last few moments, so they're just really trying to press that and take advantage of SGG, because they do have the gem anyway, so they will be able to find if the Nyx Assassin is flung on them. And it does look like SGG, they are kind of aware of this one. They are all perched together, sitting next to an Obs and a Sentry.
Yeah, they won't find anything with this smoke Iceberg. Did just get a smoke out to themselves, this GG. But still hard for them to make a play whilst that Aegis is out there, and if anything they would probably rather just settle down and wait for the fight to come to them, and it may just still do so. Iceberg on the high ground. Moon looking for a potential jump in, pops the Arcane Rune, Johnson with the silence. Just teasing with them though.
It's level 20 already on the puck, huh? Well, Ritsu, this whole time just beating on bottom tower. I hope he just goes for a heart or something. I actually don't want him to go silver edge, I'll be honest here.
He's not spent the money yet, so maybe...
So I think he might.
Maybe thinking of just getting the Reaver. Yep.
We'll find out.
We'll see now. What's he gonna do? He's heading top.
I mean, his items, he's falling behind. They actually do. They look like they're gonna be able to find Flea here. And with that Shadow Blade, got him. He buys the silver edge.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like enormous that he's not going for the heart because they're in such a lead. And I can see like the thing to break the DK, of course, but whatever. Bryle going for Ethereal Blade this game on the SF, so going for a bit more of that mixed damage. Since they are playing versus Omni Knight, he wants to be able to do damage versus the Guardian Angel.
And very good against the DK with that armor.
Yeah.
Just go for the magic. So, 10k lead for Iceberg. Looking infinitely better than they did in game 1.
They had a plan.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just does seem like they don't really have a great way to start the fight on SGG, but they do have the DK Blink Dagger now, so that could be the tool that starts to bring them back in the game, but still Iceberg very much so leading the way.
Ooh.
Moon.
Villain. Sort of awkwardly jumping in on that one, and they'll move in. Dreamcall just down onto one of them. Villain turns straight away with the BKBs, but so does Bryle. Dragon versus the SF at the moment. The GA comes out. Yours Dodge will be there. They're trying to set up on the Moon, but Moon will be fine. Gets himself out of it all, and on the backlines, Ritsu commits onto the Nyx Assassin. Takes down one. There's the Hex upon him. The epicenter from Aoi, though, comes through the midst of it all, and they've found 3 kills. Double kill for Bryle. This is going to be a team wipe. GG, well played is called. Falls apart just like that, and that.
I think the CK pick was really good for me. Even though the Ritsu sure he died a couple times when we maybe unnecessary deaths and maybe the unnecessary Phantasm pop top, it was overall just the pick. You could see that the Razor couldn't really do too much in this game. He would run in and he gets bursted super fast, and
wow.
Yeah, it did seem like they had a much crisper game plan in this one, having a dual core. The puck did much better, and yeah, SGG